Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I am the Mac, and welcome to another session of the TCG Enterprise, where we talk about all your favorite card games. So, holidays around the corner, and well, I know that Halloween is already over. We're already getting set in for Christmas. Hey, but you know what? It's been a while since I've done a deck profile out for any kind of horror-themed stuff, and to be perfectly honest, I actually just updated out for Eldlich. First time doing Eldlich. So I updated my zombie deck into Eldlich Zombie. So let's go ahead and get on into it. It's not 100% complete. There's a couple cards missing. But just please bear with me. I had just gotten in on the gold box. So just a couple of traps are just missing. But don't worry about it. I have substitutes. But anyways, well, we have our field center. As always, I wanted to get an Eldlich field center, so maybe I'll get one of these days. But still pretty cool. I still like the Ghost Girl. All right, so we have two of our Golden Boy. Yes, it's the other one from the other Gold series. I don't have the new one where he's chilling back and relaxing. I really would have liked to put that in there, but I mean, for the most part, he's still good nonetheless. Whatever pose he's doing, it doesn't matter. But anyways, for those who don't know about Eldlich, you could send one. You can send this card and one spell or trap from your hand to the graveyard to target one card on the field. Send it to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send one spell or trap you control to the graveyard. Add this card to your hand. Then you can special summon one zombie monster from your hand, and if you do, till the end of the opponent's turn, it'll gain 1,000 attack and defense, cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use one of the Eldlich once per turn. So basically, obviously can't have the stack of there's two out onto the field, but still use his effects. Still very good. One Doom King Balrog. I'm only running the one. I know maybe people might maybe run two. I'm not too sure. I'm still trying to figure out the ratios. You know, it's still a new deck, so I'm still just trying to figure out everything. But yeah, we just have one Balrog. It's still cool nonetheless. And then you know what this does, anyways. It sets up the face-up field spells under the control. And then it's sent to the grave. This card is under the graveyard. It's special summoned into defense position. And then you could basically negate out effects if they banish one monster onto the field to the graveyard. So, pretty good stuff. Two Necro World Banshee. Necro World Banshee. This is your go-to for your Zombie World plays. It's always good to have. I mean, why not? Get a free Zombie World out. It's always good to have. One Glow Up Bloom. We already know the whole setup on towards these new zombie cards, the most recent ones that came out. We already know what all these things do. But anyways, if this is sent to the graveyard, you could banish this card from the graveyard and add a level 5 or higher zombie from the deck to your hand. Obviously, you want to get out for your Balrog. That's your main go-to play for this guy. And if the zombie world is in the field zone, you can special summon it from the deck instead. In either case, you can special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except for zombies. So you only use the ones for Bloom for that, but that's fine. 3 Uni Zombie. I'm actually not running the Shinryu Solitaire. I don't know why. I know a lot of other decks are running it. I'll probably find a spot for it, but unfortunately I don't at the moment. I still have it nonetheless, but I just couldn't find a space for it at the moment. But if you guys can figure out what I could swap out, feel free to just comment down below and we'll make it happen. But anyways, the Uni Zombie, it's always good. It's your tuner, and you can target one face-up card. Face-up on the monster on the field, discard one card, and then you do increase the level by 1. So that's always good. Sets up for your synchro plays. It sets up for your XYZ summons, so why not? I really wish I did have out for the Solitaire in this deck. I'll probably swap it out later because it does bring out for your Uni Zombie to set up for your combos. One Jacobolin. Jacobolin. It's always good. Discard one zombie monster. Special summon the card from the hand. And then during your opponent's main phase of the quick effect, target one zombie in either graveyard. Special summon that. Then banish it when it leaves the field. Then you banish one face-up card of this face-up card to the end phase. So it's always just good. Start bringing stuff out on towards your side, and you can go ahead and start comboing off. Two Mizuki, not 3 this time. Last deck profile, we ran 3 of them. We're only running 2 Mizuki this time. You can banish this from the graveyard. Target one zombie type from your graveyard, special summon that target, which is also why we run 2 Gozuki. Basically does the same thing as Mizuki, with an added effect as well. Basically, you can, in the graveyard, banish the 1 from the graveyard, then special summon 1 from your hand. So it gives you a little added bonus on towards that. Finally, on our monsters, we have, of course, our hand traps. So we're going to be going just with the 1, but the 3 of Ash Blossom. It's always good to have the Ash Blossom. It's one of the best hand traps in the game. I would say the Ghost Ogre, maybe, but I mean mainly out for Ash Blossom just because it is the zombie. Another one is also the Ghost Reaper. You could always go with that one. You can go with the Ghost Bell is always a good choice for a substitute if you want to. On towards their spells, 3 Zombie World. It's Zombie World. Most are running 2. Look, I get it. You want to run 2 to make the deck run a little bit faster. But if you figure out for your ratios, honestly, if you figure out for your ratios, if we are running 2, where did it go? 2 Banshee. If we're running out for 2 Banshee here, you figure out for the ratios of 2 to 3, 2 will go ahead and bring out at least 2/3 of the zombie worlds. The other one is more or less likely going to end up in your opening hand. Either that or it's probably stuck somewhere in the deck. So you're good to get at least 3 zombie worlds out. That way you could go ahead and use them to your advantage. And it's zombie world for crying out loud. I mean, if one goes away, you still have 2 out there for a backup. But in retrospects, I mean, it's fine either way on how you want to run your ratio with this card. So I run 3. You want to run 2. That's your preference. Anyways, and then we're going to be going with 3 Cursed Eldlich. This is your main setup. This is what you want to get out on towards hopefully your first turn. You want to go ahead and drop that. You cannot declare attacks except for zombie monsters, and you can use the effects once each of the Cursed Eldlich once per turn. You can pay 800 life points and add an Eldlich monster or golden land spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And if this card is sent from this field, the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you could send 1 Eldlich monster or golden land spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. So this basically sets up for your combo plays to get into main control as soon as Eldlich comes out, and then you could go ahead and set up some pretty nasty stuff. Which is also why we are running 2 Elixir of Black Awakening. I know that people usually run 3. I wouldn't really recommend it so much because it does get a little bit cloggy. But then again, what do I know? I'm barely trying out for this deck, but it's still a good card to have nonetheless. And then you special summon a monster that's a zombie from your hand or deck in the defense position. And if you control no Eldlich monsters, you can special summon Eldlich monsters with this effect. For the rest of the turn, if it resolves, you cannot special summon except for zombies. Banish this card from the graveyard, and then set 1 golden land spell or trap directly from your deck. So that always helps out pretty good. And I also run 1 Elixir of White Destiny. I'm thinking about the ratios on this card because I know people either will run this or not run it. And then we'll run 3 of this or just the 2. So, but you guys can comment down below what you guys think. You know, you guys know more about this deck than I would. I'm just showing it off. But I will definitely, hopefully, see some play. And if you guys want to see some duels with this stuff, feel free. But anyways, this one allows you to special summon 1 zombie from the hand or the graveyard. You basically the same effects here. But during the main phase, you can banish this card from the graveyard and then set 1 from there. So, I mean, it basically does about the same thing as the other. So, it is not too bad. That's it for the Eldlich cards. There's not that many Eldlich cards, but I wish they could kind of make some more. That'd be good. 3 polymerization. You guys know what I'm doing with this thing. Super poly. There's 3. We have the super poly package in here, or at least about 2/3 of it. 1 foolish burial. It's foolish burial. We want to be able to dump out right away so we could get on our first Eldlich into the graveyard. So why not? Terraforming. It's terraforming. It's free real estate. It gets us our zombie world. 1 reasoning, because we have an altered amount of levels between 4 through 8, give or take. The perfect ratio is out under that, and getting 1 into our hand is a very good chance now, considering that they'll probably call it out wrong. So we'll be good to go with 1 reasoning there. And then on our traps, we have 3 Rivalry of the Warlords. I know it's in different text. I don't care. I'm still trying to update the card, so whatever. But anyways, basically what this card does is that it allows you to have only 1 type of card onto the field, 1 type of monster, and then the rest of them have to go to the graveyard. So this is basically for your main control up for your opponent, so that way they don't have a multiple swarm out onto the field and, well, you know, basically break your board decks, you know. So, and then multiple combos with multiple special summons and all that stupid stuff, like, you know, how the Ritual Beasts do, or any other kind of deck like that. Salamangreat does the same thing. So none of that happened in here, especially if we have the Rivalry of the Warlords, which actually I should put in Imperial Order. That actually would be a good addition to this deck. But anyways, even though it would kind of cancel out my stuff, I don't really use the spells way too much. It's more about bringing the monsters out. And plus, I already have the spells out anyway. And then we're going to be going with 3 of the, I hope I'm saying this right, Eldlich, the Scarlet Sanguine. I think I said that right. Special summon a zombie monster from the deck or the graveyard. If you control no Eldlich monsters, you special summon Eldlich monsters with this effect for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, cannot special summon monsters except for zombie monsters. You can banish this card from the graveyard, set 1 golden land spell or trap directly from the deck. So they all basically do the same thing. And then we are going to be going with 2 of the, I hope I'm saying this right, Huaquero. I hope I said that right. Huaquero, the Golden Land. Special summon this card as a normal monster. It becomes basically one of those zombie trap monsters. This card is also still a trap. If you control Eldlich, the Golden Lord, you can banish this card from either graveyard until during the end phase. You could banish this card from the graveyard and set Eldlich, which would be this one. Spell or trap from your deck, and you can only use it once per turn, and only once that turn. By the way, these cards are in also, they're kind of different ratios. I know people run 3, they run the 2, but if you want to run a little bit more, it's your preference there. Okay, I'm only running 1 of this because I only have 1 of this because it's the only one that got pulled out from the box. But my recommendation would be to run 2 more. I only have the 1, but that's fine. Anyways, this is your Conquistador, the Golden Land. Special summon this card as a normal monster, and if this card is also still a trap. Then if you control Eldlich, the Golden Lord, you could destroy 1 face-up card onto the field. During the end phase, you banish this card from your graveyard, set 1 Eldlich spell or trap directly from your deck. By the way, I almost forgot. What I was going to say is that for these kind of trap monsters, or any other trap monsters that you do, there's actually a new ruling that's out right now. If you guys did not know, you guys could check it up. In regards towards trap monsters, you do not put those into the spell and trap zone. I know a lot of people kind of mix that up and they still think it works. No. The moment they become a trap monster, they're sent immediately onto the monster zone of the field. Basically, like how the field is played out here, they go here, not here. But with that being stated, you'll have usually cards that, like, you know, the Tiki Soul and stuff like that, that actually will come back into the regular spell and trap zone. That's normal. That's fine. But just as for extra clarification in case if people didn't know about that. I don't know why. It's kind of hard not to miss that kind of thing. But, you know, it happens. A lot of people misread the effects on certain cards, and they still think that just because they're a monster, but they're still a trap, they still go like this. No, they go like this. Just to give you guys a heads up on towards that. Anyways, on towards our extra deck, we're going to be going with one Cyframe Lord Omega. It's Cyframe Lord Omega. Once per turn during the main phase, you banish this card and face-up card onto the field, and one random card your opponent has in their hand face-up until the next standby phase. So it's always good to have that. And then target one banished card and return to the graveyard. If this card is in the graveyard, you can target one other card in the graveyard. Shuffle both into the deck. So why not? It's good. One Formula Synchron. It's Formula Synchron. We could always have one. Why not? And we also have its buddy that we'll be teaming up with. Christian Halki Fibrex, aka Needle Fiber. This brings out this. Combo it off. Set up for more plays. Because there's synchros out, we get more combos, so why not? 2 Vampire Sucker. It's Vampire Sucker. We're running a zombie deck. You can target one monster into your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field in defense position, but it becomes a zombie monster. And if a zombie monster is special summoned from either graveyard, you draw one card. So this is your draw power for the deck. 1 Exisico Talker. This is the same Exisico Talker that we pulled from the box. Well, the pack box, I guess you would say. It was only one pack with 4 boosters in it, but whatever. Anyways, I pulled this. Yes. One and only box. If you guys want to see more, there's the video previous after this one here. I mean, prior to this one that ended up getting shown not too long ago. So you guys could check out those epic pulls. But yes, I pulled this out. And this thing is still up in the $60 range. Oh my gosh. I need to read this effect though, because I haven't read it in so long. But your opponents cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's effects activation. If this is a link summon, you link target one link monster that was used as the material on the link summon. This card gains attack equal to that rating times 1,000. You can banish one link monster from your field or graveyard. Destroy one card your opponent controls. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot banish monsters with that same attribute activated with Excessive Talker. Wow. That is why that is expensive. Speaking of expensive, previously expensive, but it's still pretty good. Vertiplant Anaconda. Or Predaplant Verte Anaconda. Yes. Finally got this thing on a reprint. Oh my god. It was up in the $80 range and they finally dropped down. No exception for Dragoon. Dragoon is still up there, so unfortunately, but that's okay. Anyways, this will bring out your main fusion plays, which is what you want to do. 1 Evandred Savior. This is basically because we have our zombies, and you could during the damage calculation, if it battles an opponent's monster, you could send one zombie from the graveyard. From the deck to the graveyard. The opponent's monster loses attack equal to the level of the monster times 200. So it basically is a good little keepsake for a quick effect. Why not? As far as our exceeds go, we're only going to be running a couple. We have 1 Time Thief Redoer. It's always good, depending on the game of the chance, what your opponent has. You could go ahead and get the out for the following effects. You could draw cards. You could banish this card to the end phase. Target one card that's face up onto the opponent's side of the field and put it on top of the deck. So, and then 1 Primamethec Ambertine. I don't even know how the hell to spell these damn cards. At least for this. It's hard to pronounce it. But anyways, you basically want to set this up so you can go ahead and get Zombie World out faster. If you're able to set up the combo correctly, this basically allows you to get more spells into your possession. So that's the main reason why it's in there. As far as our fusions, we have 1 Eldlich, the Mad Golden Lord. 1 Eldritch monster and a level 5 or higher monster that's a zombie. It'll become Eldlich, the Golden Lord, while onto the field. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So you can tribute 1 zombie monster and target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it, but it cannot attack or activate its effects this turn. You can only use it once per turn. But it's your big boy to bring out, and why not? We only have one of them, though, so that's all we need. One Mud Dragon. It's for our Super Poly plays. One Starving Venom. Same thing. There's our zombies and zombie setups. Also, for our Super Poly plays, we want to go ahead and utilize them as best as we can possible. One dragon, Necro, the Nether Soul Dragon. It's zombies, so you need to have this guy, at least one. Cannot be destroyed by battle, this card. And at the end of the damage step, if this battle, that monster has an original level, the attack becomes 0. And if it's still face up onto the field, you get out a Dark Soul token, which helps you to link summon with. And then when summoned, its level and attack will become equal to the attack of that monster and the level of that monster. So it's always good. And one Elder Entity in the TIS, because we have Synchros, we have Exceeds, and also it's because we have Control. And if it's sent onto the field or the graveyard, if this card is sent to the graveyard there, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. So it's always good to pop and basically make some disruptions, make some noise, all that fun stuff. No side deck, surprisingly. But you guys can basically catch the gist of what you would put as far as the side deck goes anyways. Your general things, you know, up against Cross-Eyed Designator, you know, or anything else out for that matter. You could put in Nibiru if you want to. You could put in Ghost Bell. You could put in Anti-Spell Fragrance, Imperial Order, whatever have you. So, but anyway, so that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know it's kind of like off. It's kind of weird, but that's okay. I'm still trying to get used to it. So, but thank you, and everybody, give me your feedback down below. Comment down below. Please like and subscribe for more videos. I know I haven't been having some duels coming up yet. Still trying to find the time to do that. So, but I will eventually get that going. So please just bear with me. But please show your guys' support. And thank you, everybody, for your awesome support right now. You guys are really driving up the algorithm. And I really appreciate that a lot. I hope to bring out hopefully some Pokemon in here. I know I did a couple box openings for Pokemon. I mean, it's not really much, though, unless you see deck profiles of it. So I'm eventually going to start getting that coming in, getting some more Magic coming in. And if you guys want to see any other kind of card games like that, like, you know, Vanguard or Way Schwartz, if you guys want to see Flesh and Blood or anything else of those kind of card games, I can go ahead and bring those in here. So, but thank you, everybody, for your support. You guys all have a great day. Stay safe out there. And happy gaming.